Well, it seems like Donald Trump might have directed not to strike Iran, at least for the time being. After weeks of threats and warnings, the American president has now said that killings in Iran are stopping. But Trump has repeatedly threatened to intervene if Iranian authorities continue to kill protesters. So does this mean that military action against Iran is off the table for now? Well, Trump says he's going to wait and watch.
We've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it.
Does this mean military action is now off the table against Iran?
Well, we're going to watch and see what the process is, but we were given a very good statement by people that are aware of what's going on.
Now, as per reports, Iran's envoy to Pakistan, Reza Amiri Mogdham, has claimed that Donald Trump has informed him that he did not intend to launch an attack on Iran. The US president also reportedly asked Tehran to exercise restraint and not attack American interests in the region. Remember, the Iranian diplomat disclosed that he received this information at about 1 a.m. Pakistan time on Wednesday. He stressed that Iranians had a legitimate right to protest, but blamed armed groups for carrying out killings in Iran. The rights group says crackdown on protesters in Iran has left thousands of people dead. Minutes after Donald Trump's comments, remember, the Iranian foreign minister Abbas Araghchi had appeared on America's Fox News, where he said that there would be no hangings today or tomorrow. He's also claimed that situation in Iran was now in control and warned Trump against attacking Iran.
My message is, do not repeat the same mistake that you did in June. If you try a failed experience, you will get the same result.
Earlier this week, the United States had withdrawn some personnel from American military bases in West Asia, including the Al Udeid base in Qatar. Iran had targeted the base in June last year in retaliation for American strikes on its nuclear facilities. In fact, a report citing 2 European officials said that a US military intervention could come in the next 24 hours. The report also cited an Israeli official who said that Trump has apparently decided to intervene, though the scope and timing remained unclear. Now remember, this report came before Donald Trump's latest comments. American media outlet News Nation has reported that the battleship USS Abraham Lincoln and its carrier strike group is being moved from South China Sea to West Asia. This deployment is expected to take nearly 1 week. Another report, based on the comments by an Iranian official, said that Tehran had asked American allies in the region to prevent Washington from attacking Iran. Iran reportedly told regional countries, including Saudi Arabia, UAE and Turkey, that US bases in those countries will be attacked if United States targets Iran. Sources also said that Saudi Arabia has already informed Iran that it will not allow its airspace or territory to be used to attack it. Meanwhile, Iran has closed its airspace for hours. The order exempted international flights to and from Tehran, provided they received prior approval. Several airlines have cancelled or rerouted flights to Tehran in the recent days. In fact, India's Indigo and Air India Airlines have said that some of their international flights were impacted by Iran's airspace closure. Earlier this week, Germany warned its airlines against entering the Iranian airspace. Trump also seemed to cast doubt on supporting Reza Pahlavi, the son of the former Shah of Iran. In an interview, the US president said that Pahlavi seemed very nice, but expressed uncertainty over whether he would be able to muster support within Iran to eventually take over. However, US Senator and Trump ally Lindsey Graham has met with the exiled Crown Prince, and in a video message, Graham said that it would be up to the citizens of Iran to decide who they pick as their next leader. And for more on this, I'm now joined by Mr. Hafid Butleb. He's a geopolitical and international relations analyst. He's joining us live from Casablanca at the moment. Mr. Butleb, good evening. I want to start by asking you how you see Donald Trump's comments. He started with threats and warnings against Iran, a more aggressive approach. Now he seems to be saying that, look, Iran has said that they will not be killing protesters, so I'm not going to strike Iran. Do you see that as a dilemma on part of the United States, or do you see that as a clear strategy that they don't want to make things clear right now at the moment?
Yes, this could be. It could be that Donald Trump is seeking the surprise effect in case there would be any military escalation, and this intends to dissimulate your plans. You will not unveil plans in front of cameras if you want to strike hardly. But I think that overall, Donald Trump has been quite surprised by this unrest. And it's not only Donald Trump. All the observers are surprised by the scale and magnitude of the demonstrations in Iran, because the previous demonstrations that took place during the Masa Amini events, when this young student has been killed by the state police, most of people thought that regarding how far the authorities went in repression, that this would give the regime an immunity of 10 to 15 years. No one could have imagined that the Iranian youth and the Iranian people will take the street despite all the repression and executions that took place. So it's quite surprising what's going on. And the strategy deployed by America for the region have been drawn before these events. So no one could have imagined in January 26 such a big social and political now unrest in Iran. And therefore, the Americans are more now, as you can see, we have saw since 2nd of January, focusing on a Western hemisphere. This is now the new perspective of the national strategy of America. Western hemisphere Iran is not in the Western hemisphere. And therefore, the plan in the White House was, if in case of regime change in any country, that would have been more in Venezuela or in Cuba, but not in Iran. Regime change in Iran is a massive enterprise. It's going to take months. The Iranian regime is heavy. We are talking about a country of 93 million people, 1.7 million square kilometers, which is the half of India. So it's a big country, Iran, with 93 million people. And it seems for the Americans too heavy now to go for. So there are supports, verbal supports, but to go further, it seems to be quite tricky for them.
And so do you think, Mr. Butleb, that right now the Iranian regime and the government and the security forces are not letting their guard down, despite the fact that Donald Trump has softened a bit, despite the kind of back-channel talks that have been going on, which have led to Donald Trump saying that there has been assurance from the Iranian regime that they will not kill the protesters? In fact, the foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, was on Fox News where he said that we will not be killing protesters today or tomorrow. Do you think despite that assurance and despite the softening of stance on part of Donald Trump, Iran is not going to let its guard down?
Look, when Abbas Araghchi says there will not be executions today or tomorrow, this means explicitly that there will be after tomorrow executions. And that's it. The regime in Iran, unfortunately, is stubborn. Today, the regime actually pays the price of its intransigence in 2009, its aggressive rhetoric, its obsession with conspiracy theories. And today, the regime finds itself unable to do anything but repression. It is truly that I am sure that someone like Abbas Araghchi or any other member of the ruling elite in Iran could have a good faith, could be somehow sad of these thousands of people killed. But the problem, the very issue is that in Iran, the regime, the people who holds the power, they can't do anything, and they don't know to do anything but repressing, killing, executions. That's it, full stop. So we must clearly understand that it is an inflexible and stubborn regime which has vehemently rejected any call for reform, and it will not start today.
So, Mr. Butleb, help me understand this then. If not the regime, There is Reza Pahlavi, who has been, trying to return to Iran. He's been supporting the protests as well. But there is no confirmation. He's met with Steve Witkoff, Trump's envoy. But of course, you'll have to be on ground inside the country to understand the kind of support you have. What is Iran's next best option, if at all the regime change does happen?
Okay, the best option for the population of Iran is to carry on this unrest. However, as a Moroccan based in Morocco, I will not call people to go demonstrate on streets in Iran. They already demonstrate. They don't need my support. But it seems that today, as Trump said, it is slowing down. And if it is slowing down, you should know that the main policy followed by Tehran, the Islamic Republic leaders, is to the time strategy. The time strategy is always constantly trying to win time. And when Abbas Araghchi is now confirming that the executions and the massacres are slowing down, and maybe the situation is quite calm today on Thursday, he is in this time strategy.
Okay.
What's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. These demonstrations are going to slow down because of the massive repression. Then they're going to extinct. And once they're going to extinct, the agents of the regime will go to look for the demonstrators and then to deploy to unfurl the revenge. That's it. And that's what they have to do. So the only solution is a massive, even massive than the one that was ongoing, demonstrations with people taking the power in cities and implementing national transition councils in every city or city transition councils. Then they're going to merge to create a national transition council. It has to be from bottom up and can't be top down, unfortunately, for the people of Iran.
All right, we'll leave it there. Let's wait and watch what happens in Iran in the next few days and weeks. And hopefully there'll be stability and peace soon in the West Asian country. Thank you very much, Mr. Hafid Butle, for joining us on WION.
Thank you.